Okay, hi. We are doing a full deep dive of this music video immediately. This situation, that is Larry. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's not Larry, like, specifically, like, with those two people, but this situation screams Larry, and it's right at 3 seconds. Think about Louis' movie trailer and how he put Larry at, like, 3 or 6 seconds in, like, immediately. Like, it's one of the first things you see. Harry did the same exact thing. Just secret little rendezvous. We all know the video. Then we have Curiosity being launched on November 26, 2011. Around that same time period was when Louis was seen with Eleanor for the first time, and was also the time that they were being super, like, Louis and Harry were being super cuddly in interviews, was around that, like, November of 2011. So that could mean two different things. Like, Curiosity being launched to Mars, that was actually a thing that happened with NASA, but what else was happening around that time? Let's read into it. Also, can we talk about how those are hot dogs? That's the only food we see are fucking hot dogs. Harry, just tell me that you're queer, babes. Like, we know that you're queer. We hear you. We hear you. Okay, this is about Stomper and this robot that's on Mars. So Stomper could either be like seeing a robot on Mars, like, oh my gosh, I'm also a robot and I want to be doing something bigger. I want to not be like a robot just like going on Earth. Like, I want to be that robot. Or it's like they're in love with each other and they're from afar. Like, he has this infatuation with somebody that's so distant from him that he needs to get to that robot. Which, it could be both. It could be either one. Because if we think about from the Larry perspective, that Harry and Louis do the same job, yet Harry has skyrocketed. Like, literally skyrocketed so much, mainstream, like, all, like, has gone so far up, and Louis is trying to achieve the same thing, and they're both in this same industry. So it also could mean a little bit of that as well. But I think it's more so like the love interest, because it makes a lot more sense with the lyrics of the song, but I don't know. It's up to interpretation. Okay, then they choose this fucking day to film for this music video. The day that Harry's blatantly blue-greening and is on the 28th of the month. I think this was this March 28th? I forget what date this was. Like, what specific month it was, but it was on the 28th. Like, what are the odds? There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences here. Then they're showing security rip this robot off stage. And, like, the robot's struggling. Like, tell me that's not about Louis. Tell me that's not about Louis, like, wanting to be on stage with Harry and is struggling. Like, what? What?